Digital disruption in the UAE with Dubizzle.
The latest buzz in the world of technology and innovation with the UAE's latest homegrown unicorn.
Indeed, an opportunity for us to touch base with all the team at Bayut and Dubizzle. And today we want to talk all things data. Data analytics, big data. It's all about the data fundamentally. And as we move into a more digitally powered world, data, I think it's fair to say, is one of the most important resources at our disposal. But how do you use it? How do you use it responsibly, ethically and efficiently? Well, the person that can help us with that is, of course, the Head of Business Intelligence at Bayut and Dubizzle, who joins us now live on the line and also, happy to say, live via Microsoft Teams. It is, of course, Antonello Supino. Good morning to you, Antonello.
Good morning to you, Tom, and nice to speak here on Dubai today. As you mentioned, we are going to discuss how data is being used by Dubizzle, Bayut, and the other companies within the EMPG group. But we will be mostly focusing on Dubizzle today.
Yeah, so we're going to obviously look into that in just a few moments. Before we go any further with that, though, Antonello, I think it's only fair for me to say, first and foremost, congratulations to Italy for winning the Euros.
Yeah, thank you very much. I would say Bonucci did a very good game, and I watched it to the end in Wembley. It was really, really amazing. I'm so happy about that. Thanks, Tom.
Let's get back to the data now. How big a role is data playing in decision making these days when it comes to business?
As we move into a more digitally powered world, data is one of the most important resources at our disposal, and we can leverage it to create business intelligence and drive decision making. Just before you actually mentioned, oil is $75 per barrel, and I do believe that actually data is the new oil today, and its value it's just going up and up for any kind of company, whether it is a startup or a well-established enterprise. I do believe that a company needs to base the decision on data consistently in order to be successful over the long term. Data can be messy when you collect it, and it's really about having the team and the technology to clean it, to make it available for different stakeholders at all levels within the company, but also outside of the company in an aggregate way, so that everybody can take advantage of it. For example, when it comes to external usage of the data that we do, we publish market reports. We just published recently a property health reports, but we did publish consistently reports for property, for cars, and we have been active on the press. And this data can be basically used also by our users, because they can see where prices are going up, where prices are going down by community or by car, make, and model.
So give us an example if you can. You're talking there about data-backed decisions. I mean, if you take Dubizzle, for example, if you look at what some of the trends are at present, what does it tell you, but also tell us?
We do have a lot of data, and let me try to think about the most interesting trends. Let me just say that whatever I say, I will say is highly representative, because so far our database, it's basically one of the largest after the merger. We do have an historical number of registered users, like 30 million. So what does data tell us? Let's start from property. It is hot in Dubai, right? It's 40 plus degree. I would say that in general, lots of people are looking for chiller-free apartments or houses, villa with a swimming pool. That's in trend with what's happening in the Dubai summer. And in terms of prices, I would say some luxury community like Palm or Arabian Ranches are doing really, really good. The market is growing for property, right? And that's really great. When it comes to cars, I would say the brands that are the most in demand, clearly BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Let me say also that in our motor sections, we apart from cars, we also have other items such as boats. When it comes to electronics, we do have a very active and nice section about mobile phones. iPhone 11, X Pro, and the 12 are highly in demand as of now. And also the Samsung S20 and 21, we have a very good market, lively. Laptops as well are in demand, mostly gaming laptops. I do see a lot of demand for also MacBook Pro and Smart TV and Bose and JBL. Those are some of the highlights of what's trending now on Dubizo. So I'm mostly referring this kind of insights, looking back only at the last 30 days, right? Because data has been really representative of how the UAE market has been doing throughout history. So that actually was very, very well represented by the data that we do have available.
Yeah.
Antonello, I'm just going to quickly throw something at you because we're very big on proxy data here on the Business Breakfast, having a look at the numbers we've got to try and tell us what's happening, for example, with the population. And as you say, you guys have got a wealth of data of who's buying houses, selling houses, buying coffee tables, selling cars. What sense do you get about what's happening to the population here based on what people are buying and selling?
Well, I would say the feeling is positive. Dubizo only, we have almost 4 million active visitors a month. After the pandemic, during the lockdown, as Haider mentioned, data showed a little dip, but everything is going up. The business in UAE is it's booming again. Everything is at all-time high in all line of business. There seems to be a recovery, a very strong recovery of the UAE in line with the vaccination campaign and all the great things that are happening around. Everything is open. So everything is really, really positive. We are also running a lot of experiments into the business, as Harris mentioned about delivery. We try to continue to solve problems, and the problems that we are trying to solve now is just to make people more comfortable. The market looks very, very healthy in both the demand and supply, of course.
Antonello, just to wrap up, just to conclude, we've got about 30 seconds left as well. So is it your opinion that data can help businesses to make the right decisions and potentially pivot as well? As I said, about 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what also is clearly stated by the Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week Skills and Report 2030. All those professions around AI, robotics, business intelligence, analytics, they're all fueled by data, and this is what it is needed at the market right now to make it successful, to pivot to new business models, to develop the company, to develop the economy, and make every type of individual, whether it is a company or a business, successful in the future. And in the UAE, of course.
Antonello, lovely to chat with you this morning. Really appreciate it. Antonello Supino is the head of business intelligence at Bayut and Dubizo.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai.